Today we're taking a look at these NFL matches, which are happening on Friday, August 12, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 360 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Going back to our video, we will give you 2 betting picks for each game, a team pick and a total pick based on facts and detailed explanation. So make sure to watch our videos till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Atlanta Falcons vs Detroit Lions. Welcome back to some NFL action as we get 2 young teams squaring off in the first week of the preseason as the Atlanta Falcons take on the Detroit Lions here. The Falcons were 3rd in the NFC South last season with a 7-10 record, while the Lions were last in the NFC North with a brutal 3-13-1 record. Our team pick is Falcons plus 3 points. And here is why. For the first time since 2007, the Falcons will open a season with a quarterback other than Matt Ryan, as the former MVP was dealt to the Indianapolis Colts during the offseason. While the Falcons managed a respectable enough 7-9 record last season, many of those wins came against bad teams by narrow margins, and second-year head coach Arthur Smith will now lead a rebuild that could take significant time. With Ryan gone, Marcus Mariota is the favorite to take over the starting role for now, after attempting just 2 passes as a member of the Las Vegas Raiders last season, although he did run the ball 13 times for 87 yards and a score. Indications are the Falcons will play their starters around 1 quarter on Friday via the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. That's still going to leave plenty of snaps for the Falcons to get a long look at rookie Desmond Ridder under center after he led Cincinnati to the college football playoff last season, while third-stringer Phillip Franks will also get a healthy amount of playing time on Friday as he attempts to move into a hybrid quarterback tight end role. The record may not have been impressive last season, but the Lions were at least competitive in most games under first-year head coach Dan Campbell despite owning what many had as the NFL's worst roster by a mile. With a strong team culture getting established plus star rookies like pass rusher Aiden Hutchinson and wide receiver Jamison Williams joining a team that already had several exciting young players, there's plenty of hope for the future in Detroit. The plan is for the first string to play about a quarter on Friday via MLive.com with Jared Goff set to start after completing 332 of 494 passes for 3,245 yards, 19 touchdowns and 8 interceptions to begin his Detroit tenure last year. Tim Boyle and David Blough, who have both struggled over the past few years when pressed into regular season action, will split the rest of the snaps under center in the preseason. With both teams at varying stages of a rebuild, the depth quality on either side isn't great here, so taking the points in an unpredictable matchup is the best move here. Neither team played well in the preseason last year under their respective first-year head coaches, but the difference this time around will be a more intriguing quarterback rotation on the Atlanta side. Blough, 4.7 TD int ratio, 5.6 yards per attempt for career, and Boyle, 3.6 TD int ratio, 5.5 yards per attempt, don't offer a whole lot of upside for the Lions under center for the majority of Friday's game. At least the Falcons can dream on the upside of Ridder after his spectacular 2021 campaign in college, and there could be a higher sense of urgency from Atlanta with the quarterback battle not totally decided. Detroit has a long way to go defensively after ranking 30th in the NFL last year at 5.9 yards per play allowed, and the unit was also not good in the preseason. While the Lions might win the first quarter, the Falcons will have better quarterback play the rest of the game and be able to cover as an underdog. Our total pick is under 35.5 points. Cleveland Browns vs Jacksonville Jaguars. The Cleveland Browns will kick off their offseason on the road when they face the Jacksonville Jaguars on Friday night. The Jaguars are coming off a 27-11 loss to Las Vegas in the Hall of Fame game. The Browns will be trying to win their second consecutive preseason game over Jacksonville. Our team pick is Cleveland Browns on the money line. And here is why. Cleveland is led by Kevin Stefanski, who enters his 3rd season as the head coach. In 2021, the Browns went 3-0 straight up during the preseason and 8-9 during the regular season. Unless you have been living under a rock or just don't follow football, and if you don't follow football, you probably aren't reading this, you know the most significant offseason story for the Browns has been the Deshaun Watson situation and the Browns parting ways with Baker Mayfield. Watson is currently facing a 6-game suspension, but NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell is pushing for a year-long ban. The Jacksonville Jaguars are under the first year of head coach Doug Peterson. Peterson compiled a 42-37-1 regular season record and a 4-2 playoff record in 5 seasons with the Eagles, including a Super Bowl title and 3 overall playoff appearances. Peterson is 8-9 all-time in the preseason straight up after Jacksonville's Hall of Fame game loss. Expect the Browns to come into this game with more of a chip on their shoulders. Deshaun Watson missed the entire 2021 season with Houston, and with a potential year-long suspension looming, I expect him to come out highly motivated to get the team in the end zone in one of the game's opening drives. After Watson, the Browns have 3 veteran quarterbacks with something to prove in Jacoby Brissett, Josh Dobbs, Josh Rosen. The Jaguars' Trevor Lawrence may not play in his game, and even if he does, the Jags' depth chart at that position is not as strong as what Cleveland has. The expectations are higher in Cleveland this season, and after going 3-0 last preseason, Kevin Stefanski seems like a coach who likes to win preseason games. I will take Cleveland as a small underdog. Our total pick is over 36 points. And here is why. Scoring isn't usually high in preseason games because most teams are playing their backups. But the Jaguars struggled defensively in their first game against a Las Vegas team that sat most of their starters. With Cleveland likely to play Watson and Brissett in this game, the Browns will play well offensively and score at least 21 points. Even though the Jaguars also struggled defensively in their opener, they played better in the second half, scoring all 11 points after the break. The Browns have a lot of talent on defense, but their stars aren't likely to play in this game, so expect the Jaguars to score enough points to push the score over the total. Arizona Cardinals vs Cincinnati Bengals. The NFL preseason is finally underway for these two teams as the Arizona Cardinals and the Cincinnati Bengals face off on Friday night at Paul Brown Stadium. The Arizona Cardinals had a notable offseason after being eliminated in the NFC wild card game against the Los Angeles Rams. The Cincinnati Bengals had a magical season which found them in the Super Bowl, but ended up falling just short as they lost to the Los Angeles Rams. Our team pick is Arizona Cardinals plus 2.0 points. And here is why. The Cardinals just made Kyler Murray a rich man with a fat new contract, and he's currently dealing with wrist soreness. It didn't take a rocket scientist to figure out he isn't playing in Thursday's preseason opener. Backup quarterback Colt McCoy is also out due to arm soreness. So that leaves Trace McSorley and undrafted rookie Jarek Guarantano to captain the ship at quarterback in the first preseason game. The Bengals' defense struggled early last season before coming on late. They were stout up front, but the secondary was leaking profusely when it came to yards allowed from big plays. Most would assume that preseason games are meaningless. They may not be important regarding a player like quarterback Joe Burrow's progression, but there is significant importance there overall to gauge the depth of the team. There are rotational players and backups that will get quality reps through in-game action against the Cardinals on Thursday. Both Burrow and wideout T. Higgins are listed as questionable for the preseason opener. I wouldn't count on either playing. So this matchup will be more about guys like Jake Browning, Brandon Allen and Drew Plitt stepping in at quarterback. Cardinals coach Cliff Kingsbury is 2-0 in NFL preseason openers. Even without Kyler Murray taking any snaps, he'll have the more aggressive approach in Friday's game. It also helps that Trace McSorley has at least 1 year under his belt in the Cardinals' offense, which should be a significant benefit for the team in this matchup. But the real key for Arizona here is their defense. Their defensive front took a hit with the loss of Chandler Jones, but the secondary is still a problem. They forced the 5th most interceptions from opposing quarterbacks when playing on the road last season. Meanwhile, Bengals coach Zach Taylor seems pretty disinterested in the preseason as far as a competitive standpoint. For the Bengals, it's all about getting their key starters to the regular season opener healthy and in one piece. Both teams are likely to have a multitude of key offensive playmakers sitting out this game, which makes it more about the defenses. And that's where Arizona has the edge. I'm taking the points and the Cardinals in a road upset after a grueling defensive victory. Our total pick is under 33.5 points. And here is why. The preseason is going to have lower scoring games, and that means they are not going to score many points. The starters are not going to play much in this game, and likely not seeing Joe Burrow as he is coming off an appendectomy as well as some minor injuries. Defenses typically are ahead of the offenses in the preseason, as offense is more of a timing thing, and the quarterbacks are not anything to be great here. All in all, go with under 33.5 points in this game, as this should be a field position battle, as not many chunk plays will happen, and as long as they come out healthy, it will be a win for both sides.